Peter Canavan, GAA expert. Peter Canavan column. Leinster semi-finals should not be in Croke Park. Donegal are All-Ireland contenders. Sky Sports analyst Peter Canavan reviews the victories for Donegal and Kerry, and explains why last weekend's atmospheres in provincial grounds showed why the Leinster semi-finals should not be in Croke Park. Last weekend showed us the value of packed stadia. St. Tiernock's Park in Clones was resplendent for Donegal Cavan. A good crowd packed into the venue on a warm summer's day, and it made for a brilliant sponsored link. Read this epic one-day adventure in Grand Canyon National Park. Explore better. Recommended by. Likewise in Parc Uí Rinn on Saturday, the smaller venue added to the contest. The Leinster Championship semi-finals are set for Croke Park on Sunday. If the Dublin Meath game were to be held in Portlaoise or Tullamore, it would make for a better spectacle. Likewise Kildare vs Westmeath. Instead, they are taking the games to Croke Park, where the stadium will only be half full. As for the matches themselves, I expect the Leinster final to be a repeat pairing of 2021. Kildare look to be heading in the right direction, and they should overcome the Lake County. You're not too sure what you're going to get from Meath. There was a spring in the Dubs step against Wexford. Granted, you have to factor in the quality of the opposition, but they appeared to be moving well. The return of Con O'Callaghan has given them a massive lift. That's why Donegal All-Ireland contenders. Credit must go to Cavan. Given that they were playing at opposite ends of the National League earlier this year, I feared it was too great a gap to bridge for the Breffni County. But once again, Mickey Graham's side brought their A game to the Ulster Championship. The quality of their play was far from that of a Division 4 county. They varied their kickouts. Conor Moyna was their sole sweeper and he made lift difficult for Donegal. And their attack was efficient, led by Paddy. It was only in the last 10 minutes that they ran out of steam. Donegal have so many options in attack. For long periods, Cavan did a decent job curbing the threats of Paddy McBrearty and Michael Murphy. But Jamie Brennan was playing out in front of them, and he proved hard to tie down. Cowlan McGonigal was a real threat going forward after his introduction. Peter Mogan and Owen Ban Gallagher were also dangerous when joining the attack. That's the sign of a good team. You can keep 2 or 3 of their threats at bay, but others step up. There were no wild scenes of jubilation after Sunday's win. They took it in their stride, and I think they're well set up to perform in the Ulster final. This is nothing new from Donegal. This is the same team that's been playing together for 3 or 4 years. It's a case of them hitting form on the one day, against big opposition. They have top players all over the field. Sean Patton was superb on Sunday, both shot stopping and kickouts. Stephen McMenamin marked Gearoyd McKiernan well. Owen Ban Gallagher is starting to mature into one of the finest defenders in the country. They have huge physique in the middle third. And when you have a talisman like Michael Murphy up front, anything is possible. If Murphy, McBrearty and Brennan get on enough ball and click, they're capable of beating any team in the country. And that's why Donegal All-Ireland contenders. If you look at their bench, Audrin McFadden Ferry got some game time, Cowlan McGonigal played well, Conor O'Donnell hit the net, Niall O'Donnell is exciting. Neil McGee is experienced. They have real depth. Oisín Gallen should recover for the Ulster final. Those options on the bench make them formidable. Kerry get the job done. Kerry didn't panic when Cork stuck with them. A lesser team would have lost their way. After what happened in 2021, we didn't know if the Rebels could put it up to Jack O'Connor's team. But the quality of the Rebels' play was enlightening. Any points that the Kingdom got were scored under pressure. Sean Powder operated as a +1, and offered proper protection at the back. They also had a proper cut off the reigning Munster champions. They weren't happy to keep possession and go sideways. They sent direct ball into Brian Hurley, while Cathail O'Mahony and Stephen Sherlock were lively. The Cork performance was typified by Ian Maguire. The St. Finbarr's man is the leader of this Cork team. He had been ruled out of this match with a broken bone in his hand, but he made it his business to play. Kerry ran out winners, but credit must go to Cork for making it an entertaining game. We could see extra time in Monaghan Derry. If Tyrone knew what to expect from Derry in the Ulster quarter-final, they weren't prepared for it. Monaghan must be primed for what Rory Gallagher's side can. On top of a solid defensive system, the Oakleaf County have individuals who can do man-marking jobs in Chrissy McCague and Brendan Rodgers. Connor Glass is one of the most stylish midfielders in the country, while Gareth McKinless was immense in Omagh. Up front, you have the mercurial Shane McGuigan, who on his day is one of the best forwards in the game. Derry have so much going for them, and they have a system in place now that they know very well. I had a close view of their forwards in Healy Park, how quickly they got back. But when they won possession, they were right back up the field. That's a taxing game on the body. It requires serious fitness. But Derry have that. This has the potential to be one of the games of the championship. The athletic grounds are going to be packed. There will be a brilliant atmosphere on the day. I predicted at the start of the year that it will be a Monaghan-Donegal final in Ulster, and I still fancy that to be the case. But this will go down to the wire, and don't be surprised if we see extra time. Sky Sports Live GAA coverage continues on Saturday with the Leinster SHC meeting between Dublin and Kilkenny.